So I just got to use these Blum undermount drawer slides for the first time. I've been wanting to use these for a while, but they're kind of expensive. They're 4 times the cost of normal drawer slides, but they're a little bit easier to install. They offer a couple different options of how you can install them, and they have a lot of benefits. They work a lot better. So anyways, in this video, I want to show you the difference between these. I'm going to show you how I install these, and I want to tell you how you need to make your drawer box so you can use these Blum undermount drawer slides. These were kind of intimidating for me to use. I've never done these before, so this was my first time, and I want to share my thoughts with you guys in case you want to start trying to use these awesome drawer slides. Okay, so here's a look at the undermount drawer slides that I have installed on this bathroom vanity that I'm working on. I have some 12-inch slides here, and they are just screwed in to the side right here. Now the reason I chose to use these over normal drawer slides, and I kind of feel like I was forced to use them in a way, was because this is such a narrow opening. Okay, so I'm able to have a wider drawer box with this, because if you go with these normal drawer slides like this that you get at Home Depot, these are about 11 bucks. When you put those in here and you put one on the other side, you're coming in a 1/2 inch on either side, so your drawer box is more narrow. Also, you can see the slides on the side of the drawer box with these installed. It doesn't look as good. They don't operate as smooth. They do make soft close ones for these. These ones are not. But so I wanted a nicer set of drawer slides, so that's what I went with these. So you can go ahead and install these by either building out the side like I did to make it extend past this face frame and then screw it into the side, or they have these clips, and this is what I wanted to use, to be honest. So the way that these work is they can just slide in back here, and then you have, what's the range here? You have about 1.5 inches of play where you need to basically mount a back piece for this to be able to screw into. So that was the plan, but then I got home and I realized my cabinet was too narrow this way. So I had to go ahead and build these out to be able to mount them to the side right there. But it wasn't a big issue. Now, as far as the drawer box goes, you can buy these little clips, and they go in right here, and then you have to cut out these notches right there, and those notches are cut out so the bottom of this drawer box can ride nicely on here. And to install them, you just set it in there like that, push it in till it clicks, and then you just got a nice and smooth operating drawer box. Let me go ahead and flip this cabinet around as well, show you from the back. So there is also some holes that you'll have to drill that kind of line up. There's a pin right here, and then there's another pin right here. I'll show you how I locate those later on in the video. But those basically catch the back of the box whenever you put it on, and it clicks in, and then you're good to go. So next, I'm going to flip around the cabinet and show you how you can take the drawer box out, which is also a lot easier than the side mount drawer slides. So this kind of comes out right here, and you can see these under here. And to remove the drawer box, you just pinch these together, and it lifts right off. And then when you want to go ahead and install it again, you just set it on the slides. Oop. And then you can just push it forward, and it clicks into place. Okay, now before I move on to the other cabinet and actually show you how to install everything, I want to go over the numbers of what size you need to make for your drawer box. So I have 12-inch slides installed here. So for this piece, the long part of my drawer, that's just 12 inches. Next, you need to know how big you need to make this piece. And that's really simple to do. Just pull your slides out like this, and then just measure the distance in between and from outside edge to outside edge. And I have 7 1/4. So I went ahead and made my inside pieces. I added a 1/16 of an inch, and we're at 7 5/16 for that. Now, for the bottom of the drawer, right here, you got to cut out these little notches. And so that notch is 1.5 inches wide here, and then it's 1/2 inch up. So you also have to make the dado for your bottom panel. You need to make it so the dado begins 1/2 inch up from this edge. So 1/2 inch up, 1.5 inch wide, and then those holes, we locate those right at the end. So that's how the drawer construction works. And I don't have any fancy jigs that I'm using for these. I'll show you how I do that. We're just gonna pre-drill and screw them into place. So now that you kind of got an understanding of how these drawer slides work, I promise they're not intimidating. I like them a lot. But now that you got a good idea, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to put them in on the other cabinet. Okay, so since these are side mounted and we're not using that clip to mount it at the back, the first thing I need to do is go ahead and screw all these strips into here. And all you want to do is build out enough strips or whatever until it extends past this side of the face frame. And so I'm going to go ahead and screw these in place real quick. All right, now it's time to actually install the slide. And so I'm working on the left one first, and you can tell it's the left one because it's got a nice little L right there. And I'm gonna just place that in here, but I'm not gonna set it flat on my cabinet. I got this 1/8 inch thick piece of plywood that I'm using to just kind of set that up. And then the last thing you need to determine, which will take some trial and error, is how far this needs to be back. So I'm gonna have overlay drawer faces. So I want the front of my box to be sitting just behind the front of my face frame. I already figured out how far I need to set mine back, which is about 1/4 inch. And so I'm just using this little Polini pocket rule set at 1/4 inch. And so first I'm just gonna kind of reference this off the front of here, butt that up against there. And then I got this drill with a self-centering drill bit. You'll definitely want one of these if you're doing these. It's very helpful. You can just put it in there and screw it in place. And then these are the screws I'm using. These are number 6 screws, and they're 5/8 of an inch long. I got them at the same place that I got these drawer slides. I got these at Hartville Hardware. I know a lot of you guys probably aren't local, but great hardware store in Ohio. So after I put the first one in, I like to verify that it didn't shift on me. That setback still looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and pop in the other 2 screws. Alright, that side's done. Now we just got to do the same thing to the other side. Now I'm going to shift this over here and do this other side. I also wanted to let you know that the thickness of the sidewalls of my drawer box is 3/4 inch thick. So if you're making 3/4 inch thick drawer box and you want to do what I'm doing here, set that back probably 1/4 inch. That'll probably work for you. And if you got to shift it, you can shift it. But these drawer slides are incredible. I wish I would have started using these sooner. But the big thing is the price. Like I said, they're 4 times the cost. The pair of slides was $33. And then, shoot, that definitely moved. Anyways, the pair of slides was $33. And then those clips that go under the drawer were like another $6. And then those clips on the back, which I didn't even end up using, I think were a couple dollars too. So they're definitely more pricey, but they won't let you down. I think you'll be happy with it. All right, done. Let's move on to the drawer box. Okay, so here is the underside of the drawer box, and here are the little pieces of hardware that we're going to install. I just got this tiny drill bit to go ahead and pre-drill some holes. I've seen a couple of videos on here on YouTube. People were using jigs and stuff to drill these holes. Completely unnecessary. You don't need them. I almost was a sucker and bought the jig, but I didn't have time for it to be shipped, so I said we're just gonna roll with it, and I've successfully installed these without a jig. So if anyone tells you you need a jig, you don't. Now I'm just going to use the same screws that I used on the drawer slides. We'll need 4 screws. Now I got these little slots facing me. This will be the back of the drawer, and this will be the front. And so there's a left and right to these. Just make sure the orange parts are facing in. And then butt it up against here. And since you're not using a jig, I recommend that you drill this hole first, not this hole, or it's a little more angled. It'll be a little harder. You might mess up. So just go there, eyeball center. Drill. And then I like to go ahead and screw that one in right away before I pre-drill the other hole. So just toss that in there like that. And we'll pre-drill this hole. And throw a screw in. Then just do the same thing over on the other side. Start with this outside hole first. And last one. Alright, next, let's toss this box in the cabinet and figure out where we need to drill these holes back here. Alright, so before I set this box on here, here's a good look at these pins right here and right here. And that's the holes that we're going to have to drill to try and line up with. Alright, so I'm just going to set this box in place right here. You hear that click. So what you can do is just shove that back in there against it. So you can see right here and right here how those little points are making an indent on the back. So now I can remove this drawer and we can drill out those holes. Here's a closer look at the indent that was made by those. And I chucked up a 1/4 inch drill bit and I put a piece of blue tape about a 1/2 inch away from the end. So I won't drill all the way through my drawer box, but it'll be deep enough for those little tabs to go into. So I'm just going to put in the brad point right there where that mark was. And drilling it out. We'll do the same thing over here. And we're all done. Now for the final test fit. Put those on. Clicks into place. And we're good to go. It operates super smooth. Looks good. You can see how those holes line up perfectly with where we needed to be. Perfect. Now I hope after seeing that you guys think that really that wasn't that difficult, because it wasn't. I wish I would have started using those a lot earlier, but like I said, they're expensive. So doing that bottom drawer is pretty easy. You just use that, that 1/8 inch spacer for your drawer slides. But what about the 2 other sets of slides I have to install? I'm not going to run you through the whole process, but I'll tell you how I do it. First, I need to, drill my spacers in to the side of my cabinet. And so for that, I am just using another set of spacers. And then I'll put my piece of plywood on top of there and build that out. Now, once those are all built out, I need something nice to be able to set my drawer slide on. And for that, I like to use these Craig drawer slide jig things. And they have this little tab right here, which just goes right there. And then you can clamp it in place. That clamp's not very tight, but you get the point. And then you just set your slide on top of there and follow the same instructions that I just kind of showed you. So anyways, I hope this video was helpful. If you've been thinking about trying Blum undermount drawer slides, give it a go. I'm pleased with them, and I think I'm going to continue to use them on future projects, especially for my house. So if you found this video helpful, let me know, like it, leave a comment, or yeah, if you have a question, let me know that too. So, all right, I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you next time.